Hello and welcome to One-on-One. I'm Vernon Ramesar, and I'm pleased to say my guest today is Professor Dr. Dino Wong Hoon, who's the founder and president of UCMAS International Corporation of Malaysia, and he's here to attend the first UCMAS TNT National Mental Arithmetic Competition to be held on Sunday, March 29th. Professor, welcome to the program.
Yeah, nice meeting you.
That's a very long trip to make all the way from Malaysia. 36 hours, I think you're telling me?
Yes, 36 hours.
Well, before we talk about the competition, perhaps you can explain what UCMAS is all about. I understand it means Universal Concept Mental Arithmetic System.
Yeah. In fact, UCMAS formed in 1993. Why I'm using the name UCMAS, Universal Concept Mental Arithmetic System, is because I want this wonderful program not only in Malaysia but all over the world to benefit the children. This is what I want it to be.
And you've expanded rapidly. You're now in 56 countries, I understand.
In fact, I was in Malaysia to run this program for 3 years. After 3 years, I start to expand to overseas. And until now, we are having 56 countries, namely South America, like TNT, Mexico, North America, Canada, and USA, and other continents, Africa, Europe, Asia, and Oceania region, also having our franchisee.
Now, in a world of calculators and cell phones with calculator functions on them, what is the advantage of mental arithmetic?
UCMAS mental arithmetic mainly is to enhance children's brain development. It's a brain development program. As what Sunday, the Minister of Education of TNT also emphasizing. The country want to emphasizing on brain development, and our program is just exactly in this condition.
Now, is your background in this sort of field?
In fact, my background, I was civil engineer.
Oh, okay.
And then after years in civil engineering, then happened I went to China, Japan, Taiwan. I discovered these few countries like Korean, they are using abacus as a calculation tool, and the children can calculate very fast. Because of this, then I bring in the idea to launch this program. Then after research from University of Stanford, Harvard, and so on, then I realized this is not only the mathematics, it's beyond mathematics, it's a brain development. That's why from that onward, I emphasizing on development of our human brain. In fact, we realized everybody born to be genius, but why we become normal citizen, normal people, is because we are not utilize what our old man given to us. That's why mental arithmetic is to train the children's observation skill, creativity, application, imagination, so that to let the children having better imagination power, like engineer, scientists, their imagination power is very strong. So this mental arithmetic is that.
And it's aimed at kids 4 to 12, I guess, which is a period when their brains are in a strong development phase, and therefore it can be influenced.
Yeah, 4 to 12 is the ideal age. Why, according to the California University research, human being divide into 3 learning stages. 3 to 7 is one stage, 7 to 13, and 13 and above. That's why 4 to 12 is the most ideal learning stage for young children.
So would you say then that in the modern world that we live in now, let's say in the West here, where we're used to using calculators and just having electronics work out numbers for us, we're sort of holding back our brain from developing the kind of skills that we need to really fulfill our potential as young people?
In fact, today, we depend mainly on scientific instrument. Then our brain will be less implement, less use. You see? So
it gets lazy.
Lazy.
So you're working with one of the oldest calculating instruments on the planet, which is the abacus, which of course also has a. The interesting thing is, unlike modern technology, there's a touch component to it. You're actually handling the numbers, so your brain is connecting movement and touch and spatial. Yeah.
You see, my abacus.
You brought the world's largest abacus here.
You can see the abacus bit is different. It's sharp. The bit is sharp. You see, so when we touch the abacus bit with our fingertips, then the sense is very sensitive because our fingertips nerve system are touching it, then it will directly influence our brain.
It becomes tangible, something you can touch, right?
Yes. Then children will form an imagination power to image the abacus inside the brain. That's why when children calculate, you can see so fast. Let's say 4-digit 10 rule, they can get the answer within a second.
So can you use an abacus to do any calculation, any modern calculation?
Yes. Today, if I give you a sum of square root, you may not able to get the answer without scientific calculator. But children, they don't even use any instrument. They can use their natural brain do the calculation to get the answer of square root, cube root, fourth root, and so on. Why? Because abacus is amazing antique instrument, and yet today we are using it so that this instrument is not only antique, it's a very scientific instrument.
But it never really caught on in the West the way obviously it did in Asia. I mean, it's still in use in China, isn't it?
Yes. In fact, today, in Canada, we are having 40 education centers teaching abacus. In USA, Mexico, Australia, United Kingdom, they are using now. It's not only from China, from Japan, from Korea or Taiwan. Now, I implement this to the Western country.
So after several thousand years, it's catching on finally in the West. Perhaps you can show us how you do a basic calculation on abacus, because I have no idea. I've never actually seen one being used. So let's say I told you 24 times 12.
I just tell you
right.
What is the meaning of the abacus.
Right.
Okay. This is called 1.
Right.
2 bit is called 2. 3 bit is called 3. 4 bit is called 4. Where's 5? This is 5.
Okay.
Only abacus having a semi-image power, using 1 bit to represent 5.
So if you did 10, it would be 2 of those down, would it?
You see? 10, this is called 10. This is called 100.
Oh, so it goes this way, okay.
Yeah. So, let's say, if 1 up and 1 down bit is called 6. 5, 6. You see?
Well, I'm hearing you saying it, but I haven't
If we
quite
put it
absorbed
this
it
way,
yet.
we put in next column, it's not 6, it's 6, 0.
Okay.
If we put in this column, it's called 600. Because I do a simple calculation will be easier for the audience to understand.
Sure.
Let's say 1 plus 12. 12, it will be 1 here, 2 here. So 1 plus 12 is called 13. 1 here 3, so 13. Very simple. Okay. Now we do another one. Let's say 56. 65.
Okay.
65 plus 22. So what's the answer? 5, 6, 7, 8. 87.
It's hard for us to wrap our minds around it in the digital age because we're so used to not seeing things represented like this.
When children manipulating the bits, they start to imagine, focus on imagination. Because when we want to train children, eventually they are not using abacus. When you name the number, let's say 10 plus 25, automatically 10 plus 25 is 35.
Oh, so that's why you're talking about them having an abacus in their brain.
Yes.
So they just have set one up in their brain and they just manipulate the numbers.
Because we want to train the children have a very strong imagination power so that they can utilize his mental power. This is a natural power, but it's the strongest power in the world. You see? If children having a very strong imagination power, when he sees something, he may imagine, can I use this one to reform some other thing? It's very important.
So in terms of the actual advantages for a young person going through this program, have they done measurements to see if in fact it does improve brain development?
Yeah. Now in China, we found medical university having the research on this. China spends about $1.5 million to do the research. And in Western country, Stanford University also do the research on our student, 3-year research. And in Sultan Khatum also do the research. They discover this is a mental development program because children can imagine the picture, not the number. Let's say 21. It's not the number of 2-1. It's a bit of 2-1. It's a bit of 2-1. In their mind, they can see the picture of this. That's why this is how we strengthen the children's creativity power.
Because you're quite right, the normal numbers, as we just say them, a normal number to a child, is just very random. It doesn't represent anything. Whereas here, there's actually a physical correlation that they can see.
Yeah.
So have you found that kids going through the program do better in other areas as well, once they've improved their imagination skills?
In fact, our TNT children, this morning interview also, she mentioned she is not good in mathematics only. Her mathematics results 90 plus. But also other subjects gradually been improved. You see? Why? Because when children getting better imagination, getting better in their brain, definitely other subjects will be good. And we are not training children in terms of calculations. We train the children concentration. Why? Concentration is very important. If children can pay attention on their subject, on the natural teaching, then he will form a very easy life in their study. They can pay attention, everything immediately will absorb. No need to refer to any textbook. That's why today children, why having a burden also because they cannot concentrate during the class. Another thing, today most of us, either East or West, also got a phobia of mathematics. Why? Because mathematics initially is a number. A young children can't even understand the value of number. Number is abstract.
It's an abstract concept, yes.
It's abstract. It's hard to explain. That's why sometimes teachers say, 1 plus 3 is 4. Children ask, why is 4? Teacher said 4 is 4. 1 plus 3. 1 plus 3 is 4. Why you ask silly question? They said, to a children, he really can't understand why 1 plus 3 is 4. That's why, but the teacher or we adult just tell them 1 plus 3 is 4. So he forced himself to accept. Gradually, he formed a phobia. I don't know why it's 4, but my mom says 4. Then he forced to accept. But he may not agree. But he also don't know why it's 4.
And
That's
that,
why
and that puts him off mathematics for the rest of his
when
life.
go bigger and bigger, he got a phobia. He's scared of mathematics. This is why we got a schedule of phobia on numbering. Gradually we form a mathematics phobia. In our way, we train the children, we have a fun with them, we let them gradually understand everything. Then most of the children, after learning mental arithmetic, they love calculation. When they love calculation, when they go to secondary school, they definitely will love mathematics.
And they can show off to their friends.
Yeah.
Because they're faster.
They can show fast they are. If their mathematics result getting 80 marks or 90 marks, who don't want mathematics? If their result getting 40 marks, 30 marks, hit mathematics. That's why we train our children how to love the calculation initially, how to concentrate on this. Because we train our children even listening calculation. We name the number without paper. We just simply name 1, 5, 7, 8, 2, 4, 1, minus 7. There is. Then children come up answer immediately. When we name this one, children need to pay attention. You see? So gradually, they already form the habit of attention. Everything they want to do, they can concentrate. If a children having a habit in this way, not only mathematics, other subjects also should be good.
So you have kids from 4 to 12 attending these classes.
Yes.
How long are the classes and how long is the program?
The program need to be 3 to 4 years because it's a mental development, it's a right brain development. So when it's a right brain development, it takes certain time to strengthen their mental power so that they can easily utilize it. You see? Because we want to train our children fast thinking, fast calculation, fast movement, so that they will go to the right. And if the children hesitate certain thing, that means he need to consider. When consideration come in, the left brain will take part. That's why it will take 3 to 4 years to train the children.
And how many classes in that time? Do they have to attend every week or?
1 week once, 2 hours.
Okay.
That's all.
That's it?
Yes.
Okay, so it's...
Of course, we will give children some exercise at home, so they complete the exercise. Then next week submit. Then we will analyze any mistake or anything went wrong. We will let the children repeat and amend the mistake. Then gradually children will become better and better.
And you can do this from the age of 4? That seems very young.
In fact, according to scientists, 3 to 7 is the ideal age.
Really?
Initial study. You see? Of course, initially will be difficult for us to implement for 4 years. So we need to pay more attention on the young children. But after he absorbs it, he will be better than us. Because when young, their brain are fresh. Whatever thing coming, he can absorb easily.
So the brain is basically wiring itself
Yes.
at those ages.
Yes.
And once that wiring is in place later on, they'll carry the lessons
Yes.
that they learn and the
Yeah,
way of
exactly
thinking.
the same. Yeah.
Now you've got this competition coming up on Sunday, the 29th. Well, what's that about? It's the first one you're going to have. It'll be a competition of mathematics, I guess? Doing arithmetic? Mentally?
Number, all are in number. Okay? So, of course, basically it's mathematical number. So, children need to complete 100 questions within 8 minutes.
8 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay.
And then most of them getting a very good result. And then like listening calculation, we compete with them. 1 digit 100 rule. Children are able to use their ear to listen and do the calculation. very fast without abacus.
So at that stage, they're using their head, their brains only.
Yeah, the brain. One digit, 100 row. Teacher just name the number. Children just pay attention. Then just move in this way.
Also, even though it's in their head, they're still moving their fingers.
No, you see, he
to represent.
initial children move in this way is because when he moved, immediately the nerve will direct the information to the brain. The brain will imagine the movement. So the pitch here is start to tick, 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 and answer come out. Subsequently, children don't move their finger. Subsequently, children will just sit in this way, pay attention, then write down.
And as the question is coming out,
This
they're already moving the...
Yeah, subsequent children, I mean, after 2-3 years children won't move their finger, still can get answer.
So we're having this competition this weekend,
Yeah.
and this is going to lead into, there's an international competition as well, isn't there?
Yes.
In Malaysia.
We rotate the international. This year, international competition is in India.
India, okay.
Next year will be in Dubai.
Well, so you're really covering the globe, huh?
Yeah, because we want children to benefit. Maybe some other day will be in USA.
Maybe one day here.
Yes. If having sufficient space, it can be done. Because this time in India, we expected there will be 10,000 students attend the competition.
10,000. Well, it's a big country, I guess, yeah. So that's a big market for you, I guess, as well.
In fact, today, all over the world, we are having about 500,000 students.
That's astounding, considering how long ago did you start the UCMAS? How many years?
Since 1993.
Wow. Okay.
Now it's 21 years.
And 500,000 students.
Yes.
Do you have students coming back to you and telling you how it's changed their lives?
Yeah. In fact, some children studied natural science, some study engineering, so on, and some students come back to become our trainer because they love this program, so they want to become trainer to train other country children.
It sounds like a fascinating program. So if parents watching want to have their kids enroll, how would they go about doing it in Trinidad and Tobago? You've got a branch in Trinidad and Tobago, which is located in, there's a Chaguanas location I'm seeing, and San Fernando location as well. So they can just go online and check for the requirements?
Today, TNT, we are having 6 centers in TNT.
6, okay.
Okay, Tobago. Is under arrangement, Tobago. I think should be 1 or 2 months, Tobago will start launching. And Torrete, now we are having 6 centers in Torrete.
So that'll be adding on to your existing 56 centers that you have countries worldwide that have the program.
And now we are having 500 students. And I expected...
in TNT?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Just in Torrete, we are having 500 students. I expected after this competition, it will go nearly to 1,000 students, no problem.
It'll be interesting to see if the Ministry of Education takes up the program.
Yes. During the competition, Minister of Education,
Dr. Gopi Singh,
Gopi Singh, also very excited. Personally view the competition, personally view the listening competition, and he immediately announced he wanted to be national program. So, in fact, today 3 o'clock, I'm meeting his person to discuss how to do this one in the country.
So the abacus could become very important to us in Trinidad and Tobago very soon, then, depending how those talks go.
Yeah. In fact, you see, abacus, just imagine, an antique tool, 1,000 a year, 1,000 over years, antique tool. And today, we human beings still use. It's not so simple. There's definitely there's some advantage behind. It will become a
if it's still working, then why
Still
get
working.
rid of it? Yeah.
How many instruments 1,000 years ago today are using? No, not even one.
And the best thing is, the battery never wears out, does it?
Yes.
So there is no battery, right?
And I should say, it will support the earth. We are not using electricity.
So it's green.
It's green.
Well, Professor, we're out of time, but I just think it's really interesting. If people want more information, I gather they can go to www.ucmas.com.
Yes.
Or they can email ucmasgeniuskids@gmail.com.
Yeah.
Well, Professor Wong Hoon, it's been a pleasure having you in the program, and best of luck with your visit here. Thank you very much for being here.
Thank you very much.
Thank you. You've been watching One-on-One. Join us again tomorrow for another edition.